I didn't think we'd be playing. Shut that door, or we leave it open? Oh, just a little bit open, that'll do. Yeah, that's fine. Great. There's Wood. Wood into, remember Wood? The blonde-haired stocky fella? Is it Rigo or Regan? Rigo, wasn't it? Rigo. Yeah, Rigo. Yeah, yeah. Right. Your referee, Mr. Peter Filmer, first grade referee in the Winfield Cup. In fact, played in the first ever Commonwealth Bank Cup way back, I think, 1977, Bill Anderson.
Represented Blacktown Boys High School, and a lot of water's gone under the bridge since then.
And by the size of him, he played front row. That's a fact, in fact. So St Gregory's now the title holders, defending champions from 1990. First touched the ball in 91 on television. And immediately their wing three-quarter, Ninginga, bringing it forward. Working to the centre now. This is Christopher Sykes. Lock forward, the captain now Haran, and right on 22.
Worth us repeating very early, Mark, that there's been a lot of rain here. It's been right through New South Wales, basically, but it's been at its heaviest down here in the Coomera and Canberra areas, and I'm amazed that not only the fact this game's on, but also how good the field looks. It's going to be very heavy underfoot, but you couldn't expect anything better under the circumstances.
Chance of a knock-on back there, Eddie Abernada, but Peter Filmer ruled correctly, knocked backwards towards his own goal line. So Eddie Abernada had a great game last time we saw him, his last outing. Very good running game, but Benilde will want to be at their absolute best here against the defending champions. They're taking it forward, they're in the centre of the field, and St Gregory's doing the early work in defence as Benilde try and work it outside of their own territory, and they work a short blind now. Tackle for signal by Mr. Filmer. Blindside play for Woods. The captain gets his kick in and will find the line. 10 short of the 22.
St Greg's a very well drilled outfit, and they do all of the little things in the game well. They work well from marker, they chase kicks, and they also do this particularly well, and that's their scrummaging. They spend a lot of time on it, and more times than you care to hope in a game, they come up with one or two against the head, and if you can do that, you've really got the opposition backpedaling.
St Gregory's with the football, and this is their 5'8 Chapman. Australian schoolboy in 1990 and 91.
And already contracted to St George for 1992.
What, he escaped the nursery at West?
Yes, he did. His father, John, was a very good winger back a few years ago with St George, and I think that must have had some influence.
Mr Mulholland wouldn't be too happy about that. So a penalty now for St Gregory's. What's the ruling here? Couldn't get up to play the football. He's struggling there. You can see that for yourself. And the penalty was ruled correctly. So now they stream forward through Carney. Takes it over halfway. They're working blindside switch of play. They come back now through Pooley. And Pooley 10 yards or 5 metres over the halfway line. Chisholm a dummy half. They're coming back now. Switch of play. Now they turn it. Oh, good football. This is Haran. Haran, the captain, dummies once, comes away from them. That's all class. All class for St Gregory's College of Campbelltown. And the captain draws first blood. Here's the replay for the Commonwealth Bank. He showed it beautifully, Sykes, the lock forward. And then Haran He opened up, he brushed off one, the other defence couldn't get to him. He had supporters inside and out and he showed it, and then he said, I'll take this one myself. Opening points at Gregory's College of Campbelltown.
One of the most pleasing things in the coaching game is when you plan set moves and they come off for you, and here's one. It was well set up by the St Gregory's forwards, then a switch of play. Tim Horan just been selected in the Australian schoolboys side from those championships in Darwin, and here's an example of why.
Tim Horan, the captain, centre three-quarter. And the conversion attempt to come, the 5/8 Chapman. He's 10 in from touch, 2 short of the 22. Damien Chapman, first attempt at goal here at Bruce Stadium for our first quarter-final in the 1991 Commonwealth Bank Cup. He moves into it, he hits it nicely, just waved away. 4 points to nil, St Gregory's College of Campbelltown. So the restart of play, and already Benilde on the back foot, and they've got plenty of work to do. Here's the resumption of play. This is Boller.
That's not the start they would have wanted, but, you know, while they've conceded a try, they've got some Gregs back now in their own quarter, and what they need to do is force a mistake and rebuild their own confidence by posting points themselves.
Now St Gregory's working across the paddock and making it over the 22. Benilde trying to hold them down here for 6 tackles and get a turn in possession. We saw them last time, Billy, in attack. They look sometimes absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, they can be. They can do very good things with the football, but that's half the game. The other half is your defence. You've got to get that in shape as well, and I often think that the defence is the thing that comes first, and we all like to run with the ball, and that'll naturally follow if you're tackling well.
This is Andrew Pye. We saw him score a try in the earlier clash and showed plenty of toe, and this is Abenada. Coming in for tackle 3. This is Salzman to get up and play it. Marker defence very good from St Gregory's early. Taking it forward, the hooker, Agnew. 4th tackle gone, they work wide. Cuts out 1 and 2 players. And coming back towards the middle now. This is Brett Johnson playing it. The chip ahead from Shimon. And St Gregory's come up with it. Front row is kicking the football. In that situation really wasn't on. 6 more tackles signalled by referee Filmer. A host of young bears here at Bruce Stadium looking on in the Commonwealth Bank Cup clash. As it hots up, we head towards the final.
Some of them wouldn't be much older than these young men that are playing here in front of them.
In fact, it would be an automatic assumption to say that many of them came through Commonwealth Bank Cup.
Exactly.
Woods now getting tackled, driven. St Greg's come up with it. Knock on both ways. Scrum to go down. 5 metres over the halfway line, Benilde's side of territory. 4 points to nil, St Gregory's over Benilde. 5 minutes into the clash. St Greg's from the scrum base. Mr. Filmer wants it again.
And that's an example of what I spoke about. There's that St Greg's do work hard even when they haven't got the feed. And you've only got to come up with 1 or 2 of those and it can tip the game in your favour.
Now Woods, Billy, works blind side. On tackle 1. Big 5 called. St Greg's make it. Now they're working blind. Another one from dummy half for Agnew. A long ball this time through Rigo. This is Michael. Big, strong, strapping centre. This is Shimon, the front rower, popping a nice ball. For Owen Dredge. Shimon again, and an inside ball this time for Michael, and again we saw him do it in an earlier clash, popping passes that just weren't on.
Yeah, I thought that one was a chance of coming to something. The hole was there back on the inside. The pass wasn't a great one. It looked like it could have even been forward, and the receiver wasn't in perfect position, but the space was there.
The space was there. I tell you what, Chisholm didn't miss him with the shot after he delivered the football. St Gregory's now working from dummy half. McCrory making the tackle. Switch of play, they come back open side. Working blind. This is Pooley in the centre of the field, last tackle signal. He'll play it. Horan gets his kick in. It's a nicely balanced kick for Abenada. What can he do now with St Gregory's? He stumbles.
Yeah, these conditions don't suit Abenada. He's a player, as we saw in that game against Scone. He can step off both feet. It's a very late step, and he likes to use it, but each time he's tried it here this afternoon, he's just lost his balance. He's probably got to try and find another way around the defence.
Difficult conditions for him, Billy, all the same. He's going to have to perform here today.
Yeah, well, St Greg's play that disciplined football where they kick out of their own half and they chase well, and that puts your fullback under a lot of pressure, so he's going to have to cope with that. And then, of course, what St Greg's do when they get down in your half of the field, they start to open up. So, you know, all of Benilde will have a busy afternoon, but they look fairly impressive. A couple of handling errors has cost them, but they're looking okay.
So now, St Gregory's coming back through Marimba to the centre of the field. St Gregory's lead 4 points to 0 in our first quarter final of this year's cup. Dummy half is Chisholm. Switch of play. They change the point of attack. And they're right in the centre of the field. They've got options both sides of the ruck. They choose to go open. Pooley into a half gap. Well taken by Agnew. Good tackle.
They use a lot of decoys play, St Greg's, where they miss players and throw the ball across the back of them. And, you know, they are half shepherds, but it's what we see a lot of in grade football.
Ningiga got the tackle on Ricky Michael. He didn't miss. Now Abenada to play the ball.
One of the things that they might be able to exploit, and they are finding it tough to find a way through this St Greg's defence, is the little chip over the top. The fullback for St Greg's is very deep. He's waiting for the clearing kick, but there's no one in cover, so that's something that might be worth a mention.
Billy mentioned the kick. They do that now, but this is for the line. They find it too short of the 22. There's the fullback for St Gregory's College of Campbelltown on your screen. Sanderson, Andrew Sanderson, he was in last year's side. He's back again in 1991. So, Hooley with the feed for St Greg's. Both packs face up, they clash now. Ball comes out for St Gregory's College, Campbelltown. They straighten it immediately. Oh, good run from Chisholm. In fact, it was Chapman. It's gone out over the line. Here's the replay.
There's the knock on, and my cry of despair was because the 5'8" for Benilde, Rigon, obviously was going to try and fool it, but under these conditions could never ever stay in the field of play. But as it turned out, referee Peter Filmer played the first offence.
So from the base of the scrum, halfback Pooley takes it.
And that's one against the head.
One against the head, and you mentioned that earlier. St Gregory's have got one in the opening 10. Now they work it wide, and now Horan into open pastures again. They've got numbers. They've taken off over halfway. I think you'll find it's the inside centre Shears, and he's brought to ground. 20 short of the 22 line. Ningiga with the football. Jolting tackle. Ball loose on the ground. Benilde in possession. Through Shimon. Touch judge in. So obviously a little incident. Did not miss the attention of the touch judge. Two players being called out. Of course, one is Woods. He's the captain. 14 is Dredge.
Player had the ball. Yep. Thanks, Neil. fellas.
You can hear the conversation.
We don't know new rubbish, okay? I'll give you the benefit of the doubt in the accidental, and let's just play football, okay?
He'll give you the benefit of the doubt, said Mr. Filmer. So taking it forward, jolting tackle. Now, I can't see Dredge at the moment. Here's the penalty anyway for Haran.
They could have done without that. St Gregs are at their most dangerous when they've got a set of 6 in your quarter or just about there, and that's where they are here. You can look for a set play on tackle 3 or 4.
Marimba on 1. Pooley, one off the ruck, the run around now. They hit a straight runner. Bowler standing out in the back line. Here they come, St Gregory's run around, back inside, they come wide. Oh, good play! Haran now, standing in the tackle, brought to ground on 3. Sykes steps off the right and comes back to them and still going. 10 short of the line. St Gregory's looking dangerous again now. Pooley, this is the 5'8" and captain Chapman, he got a check. What's the decision? Scrum will go down. The 5'8", Australian schoolboy Damien Chapman.
And what the fullback had to do here was go down on the ball. There was no chance that he'd be able to pick that one up in safety and continue running. He just had to dive on it.
Here's danger. Chapman away for Haran. He's got numbers. And that'll be a try. Ian Ningiga has scored a try. He found the line beautifully. They had the defences stretched to the absolute limit. And then like an elastic band, it went snap. Ningiga headed for the line and found it.
You can see here the number 4 for Benilde had slipped over, and that meant they were a man short in the back line. Quick hands to Ningiga, and he crosses.
Rugby League, Billy, a numbers game. Ian Ningiga, wing 3/4. So Benilde with all the work to do. Trainers, everyone out there. They're in the conference room. So the conversion attempt now for Chapman. He's a ½ metre in from the sideline. A good angle for him, considering he's right-footed around the corner. Damien Chapman, none from 1. Commonwealth Bank statistic there. Has a look at it, studies it, he moves into it, strikes it. Spiralling looking kick, waved away. So no change, St Gregory's 8 lead Benilde 0. Well, the defending champions, you've seen about 15 minutes now. Billy, what do you think?
I think it's pretty tough to judge them on what's happened here today. The normal quick hands that they get often down in your quarter isn't quite there, but I think that's more the wet conditions than anything else. And you know, there are 1 or 2 players from their side that aren't playing today. They don't look as crisp at the moment as last year's team was at this stage of the competition. But I know their coach Peter Mulholland very well, and if they continue to move through the other rounds of the competition, they'll just keep getting better and better. He's a very good coach.
There's Peter Mulholland as his side works it out now to the middle of the field. And you would have seen it at home on your screen. What a run it was from Francis, the second rower. He took it up on tackle 1 and just busted the advantage line. They've got 2 tackles remaining. They come back now through Chisholm. Held up a nice ball. Carney to play it. Back for Sanderson. Gets the kick in. Rather poorly. Now Abinada makes it to the 22.
No lack of chase there on the kick.
Chapman got him. Now from marker defence. That's good marker defence. Chapman chased and got his target. So Benilde inside their territory. Inside ball this time.
Yeah, they've got to use the short kick. They're finding it hard to thread their way through this defensive line, which is moving up quickly. It's very compacted and tight, and you know, they're just going to make errors if they try to bash their heads against the brick wall here. They've got to come up with something different, and the kick is it.
Simone gets the kick in, an awful kick.
Yeah, the last tackle isn't the time to do it with one of your front rowers having to take over. It's got to be a half or a 5'8" who's got the pace to chase it. You've just got to pick it over the top on tackles 3 or 4, and that'll not only might they get the ball back, but it'll also have the defence in 2 minds about coming up as quick next time.
Here he is, hitting it again forward, Billy. Francis, a couple of real big runs early in this clash. Now they move it wide through Chapman. This is the captain Horan. They've got numbers again, and here he is. Ningiga back inside this time. For Sears, brought down 5 short of the 22. Horan at dummy half. He's got Chapman now. Chapman straightens the attack. Good tackle from Benilde. Through McCrory. Haddad was in there also. Pooley takes to the air. It's a good-looking kick too. Plenty of chase there. Abenada goes up for it. It came off a Benilde hand. 6 more tackles. Good decision. Good decision, Peter Filmer. Marimba plays it. Chisholm dummy half. 14 is Lonergan. This is Carney. 8 short of the line. Again, they've got options both sides of the ruck. Crisscrossing movement. And Francis taking it forward. 3 huge runs from the second rower. Moving it wide. Pooley along the ground, off the uprights. Still in play. Benilde off the hook through their captain Woods. This was like a pinball machine. Pooley got the kick in. Went bang, bounced once. He came again and let me have another try. Bang and still up a foot, back into play. But now back with the action. Haddad works his way over 22. St Gregory's leading 8 points to 0. First quarter final. Inolo, he's picked it up. Horan, the captain. So St Gregory's back on the attack through a mistake from Benilde. They'll make you pay. There's no doubt about that. They've got numbers. They're very deep. They'll use it for sure. They've taken 1 more. This is Sykes. And again, Billy, they've got options both sides of the ruck. Inside ball. This is Carney. Good tackle from McCrory. Salzman was there also. They're going blindside. Bowler gets the kick in. Fielded by Pye. Pye fumbles. I think you're blind. No try.
Knocked on by you. Never grounded by Bankstown and knocked on by...
Knock on both ways in the in-goal area.
I think Peter Filmer's ruled here that the ball was still alive when St Greg's got to it. Now there's the kick through, a knock back by Benilde. It's still alive there for St Greg's, but just there it was lost forward. Good ruling.
Benilde with the work to do as they go over 22 through Agnew. This is Shimon. Now that's what he's got to do, go forward and meet them on the advantage line. Take it forward, that's his job. Anthony Elias will be happy if he does that. Oh, good hit! A good hit that time from Lonergan, I think you'll find. Salzman felt it. Eddie Abenada plays it. Michael takes it forward. He's 8 short of the halfway. Last tackle signal. McCrory at dummy half. They'll go for the clearing kick and gets it in through Rigo. Taken by Sanderson. Sanderson with room to move. He's an exciting player, they tell us. He beats 1. The defence gets him on 2 through Owen Dredge. Marimba. 8 short of the halfway line. St Greg's lead 8 points to 0 over Benilde. Commonwealth Bank Cup coming to you from Bruce Stadium in Canberra. Here he is again, that man. Francis trying to make halfway. Very strong runner of the football. Dummy runner, they use the wraparound through Chapman. Now they work back into the middle of the football field through Sykes. He can't handle. Salzman with the football. Eddie Abenada taking it on his own. Good run, Eddie Abenada. Shimon, they come the other side through McCrory. Head clash. McCrory plays it. Inside ball, Shimon, and again he takes it forward. 7 out from half-time. Woods, the run around with Rigo. Inside ball for Michael. Michael can't hold. slippery conditions at Bruce Stadium. They've got to control the football, Benilde. They've absolutely, it's a must, isn't it, Billy?
Yeah, it is. They've got to hold the ball long enough to get some field position, and then they've got to tackle well when they get down in St Greg's half, and maybe look for a few points as things opening up. The thing they're doing wrong here is they're working very hard, they're very enthusiastic, they're highly motivated, but when they're building the ball up, trying to get over the advantage line, there are no support runners, which makes them easy pickings for the defence. If they can get a few support runners and take the heat off, they'll get extra yardage.
That last 6 wasn't too bad. They held the football for 5 good tackles.
That was right, and it was more dummy half running than it was one off the ruck running. I think the dummy half work is more effective against the St Greg's defensive line. Their marker defence isn't as good as their line defence.
The KISS principle, keep it simple. Working for Benilde now as Pye takes it forward. Upended, the feet go in the air. Carney was the tackler. Now Woods uses it wide through Rigo. Rigo looks to pass, comes back inside now. He finds Woods. Woods stands in the tackle, gets his pass away for Dredge. Dredge now straightens, nearly gets away from the defence to Dredge. Agnew dummy half. Agnew now. Away it goes through Woods. Woods for Shimone. Shimone, another pass that just wasn't on.
Well, they're always a risk. If you've got your back turned to the defensive line when it's coming back, you've really got no concept of where anyone is. Now, you'll see that coming up here. There's the pass. Look, from number 7. Back turn, no concept where defence is, and that almost was disaster.
Curtains. Chapman was about to say thank you very much. Replacement coming to the sideline for Benilde in 18.
That's a good tactic.
Here goes Wood. Wood now. First touch of the ball for Wood. Oh! It's gone dead, touched. It'll be a dropout. He had a great game last time, Adam Wood. And this time he nearly won the race for the football. The kick in from Rigo. And here it is. Wood took off after it. There was plenty of good chase. I think Abinada was with him. He got the foot to the ball, and then he lunged his big frame at it. He couldn't get it. He's a good footballer. We saw him last time.
But that's the tactic that they had to revert to. The fullback is sometimes too deep for St Greg's, sometimes up in the defensive line. If you read that early in the tackle count and put the kick through, not only does it give you the chance of scoring points, it just makes their defensive line hesitate.
Zanzul's on the field for, I think you'll find Haddad. George Haddad having a rest. Now Benilde. Middle of the football field, Zanzul at dummy half. Inside ball from Shimone. They've lost it through Rigo. And just letting the pressure off, and somehow this is deja vu. I've seen this somewhere before. Here it is on the replay. Back inside for Rigo. He took the defence on. It was slippery ball, that one. He just couldn't control it. Now Pooley from the base of the scrum. He comes open side, taken by Dredge. Rigo was there also. Marimba. Good defence that time. Dredge was there. So too was Rigo. Here he comes again. Francis in 11. 8 points to Nilsson. Gregory's over Benilde. Nearing half time. St Greg's. A commanding lead at the moment. Working wide through Chapman, inside ball Horan. Horan running across field, getting away from 2 and 3 defenders, still standing, brought to ground. The defence this set of 6 has been good from Benilde, frustrating the attack of St Gregory's College of Campbelltown. Pooley with the kick now, gets it in, kicking for field position. Making Abinada come back for it. Now faces a wall of sky blue and maroon jerseys, and brought to ground on the 22. From dummy half goes Salzman. Agnew. Woods. Zanzul. Hit by 3 defenders. Namely Chisholm and also Carney. Shimone.
He's a very strong runner with the ball, Shimone. I think you could almost give him instructions. Forget the passing unless it's absolutely definitely on, and just use your strength and your frame to get yardage over that advantage line, because he does that so well.
Agree with you 100%. Sanderson, 15 short of the halfway. This is Ningiga. Swung to the ground, still standing. Little Damien Woods hanging on. Pooley. A half gap taken by Shimone. the man whose game's been fairly well critiqued in this first half. Carney taking it forward for St Gregory's College of Campbelltown. They're very deep now. Haran, a short ball for Chapman. Chapman still going. Referee Filmer says play on. Puts his head back. Makes it to the 22. Last tackle now for St Greg's. Sears. Wood was up quickly. They've got numbers through Sykes. Inside Malonigan. Still going. Try coming up. I think you'll find. Yes. Sykes will score. Lock forward Sykes. Christopher Sykes. Here it is for the Commonwealth Bank. The replay. Just keeping the football alive. Inside ball this time. And Sykes hurdled an opponent to get to the line.
Last tackle here, and St Greg's decided after they recognised that they had the Benilde defence shot to pieces, they took a run option rather than a kick the ball option. There was a good passing movement down that right-hand flank, outside passing, inside passing, and Sykes finished it off.
So here it is again. Way back on halfway it started. The tackle before. Chapman slipped sliding away. Having a good time. Brought down on the 22. He gets to his feet. Dredge was lucky he didn't incur a penalty then. The advantage was played, and as it turned out, Sykes started it, then he got it back inside. He jumped an opponent. A galloper. He'll get a run at Flemington. Try. Christopher Sykes, lock forward. So the bloke that's caused all the damage in this first half, Damien Chapman, Australian schoolboy. What an honour. None from two. Right on half-time. Moves into it. He hits it. This is a good-looking kick. Just waved away. He can't add the extras at the moment. So at half-time, as the siren sounds, St Gregory's 12 lead Benilde 0 in the Commonwealth Bank Cup.
right to the left and gave the Gregory's boat just a little bit of half a yard on it to get it.
That should be his question. What is I said that?
Hello.
Hello. Who is that?
Al Jolson. Yes, mate. Yeah, Mark knows that. You know what's on next week, mate?
Some Christophers of Cronulla Sutherland. Is it some Christophers?
Some Pat Sullivan.
Some Pats and Farron.
At the Sydney Football Stadium.
The Sydney Football Stadium. East play Canterbury.
Our second quarter final.
So we're going to have 5 quarters. 4. See, there's more than 8 sides though, that's what I'm saying.
No, because some get eliminated before they get to the quarter.
But there's got to be 2 Queensland sides coming.
Off television. So we have 7 more games. There are probably 12 games to play. Trust me.
I'm a doctor. That's all. That's a good one. Coming straight out of the ball. It's all right. Welcome back to Bruce Stadium. The title holders, St Gregory's College Campbelltown, leading by 12 points to 0. And once again in the Commonwealth Bank Cup in '91, we've got the supporters, some fantastic supporters. Adidas is one of them. All the great gear, playing and leisure wear, as displayed by Brett Kenny and Bill Anderson, the fabulous torsion range. We thank Adidas for their support of the Commonwealth Bank Cup. And when it comes to electrical equipment, they'll unload $8,000 worth on Cup final night. TVs, videos, hi-fis, you name it. All the best in electric equipment from the best in the business, NEC. So play to get back underway at Bruce Stadium. Mr. Filmer checks with Benilde. Whistle and action. So Abernatha, first touch of the second half, and again he stumbles. Agnew, 2 and 3 runners this time. Dredge takes it forward. This is better from Benilde now in the third tackle. Shimon taking it forward, persists with the pass, it comes off. Dredge, 5 short of the 22. Makes some yards from dummy half. Oh, good hit! Good hit from Chisholm. The clearing kick now from Michael. Sanderson to take it. He works to the far side of the football field and comes back and gets away from them. Still going, Sanderson. Sanderson standing, showing enormous strength. Chapman from dummy half. Here it is. Crunching tackle. Chisholm was there, Lonergan was there, and so was Carney. A fair bit of weight in that tackle, Bill.
The thing about St Greg's is they don't leave their form in the dressing room, whether it be the start of the game or at half-time. They come back, and as soon as the whistle goes, they switch on to football full on.
First mistake for Horan. Not backwards, though. Chip and chase from Pooley. Obstructed. Abernatha picks it up and comes back away from the defence, taken by Boller. This is Salzman. St Gregory's leading 12 points to 0 in our first Commonwealth Bank Cup quarter-final of 1991. It's hotting right up. Benilde lose it. Now Pooley back in possession for St Greg's. St Gregory's, they're not playing all that flash, but they're controlling the football, and that's all they've got to do, Billy.
Yeah, playing real semi-final sort of football. They're kicking well, chasing well, and they force you to make errors because their defensive line is so well disciplined and so fit that it keeps coming at you, and you're basically, you know, forced into making a mistake. And when you do that, they capitalise. They just keep hammering away until you miss a tackle.
Here he is, Francis, 8 metres short, taking it forward, really making the defence of Benilde work. Still going. Young Adam Wood, gee, he plays strong in attack, but I've noticed him 3 times here today. He comes up very quickly in defence and sometimes just not on.
Yeah.
Now he's chasing across the field. Sorry, Billy, I'll come back to you. This looks like try time for St Gregory's back inside. 6 more tackles, room. Try for Matthew Sears. Try time. So, starting off where they left off in the first half, they spread it wide. Here it is, just quick hands, drawing the defence. Chapman did well, played his part. Then back inside, and Sears said thank you very much.
Yeah, the space was created here because 2 players came in to make a tackle on the one man. Now you'll see it coming up in a moment. It was just there. The 2 centres came in to make a tackle. That created the space on the outside. The winger got it back inside. It was touched, but that didn't interfere with the play.
Matthew Sears, centre. Commonwealth Bank Cup player profile. Getting the water into his system. Change of kicker. I think you'll find it's Haran. He moves into it. It's a nice looking kick. It's coming around. I'll tell you what, no mistake. See you later, Mr. Chapman. I've got the goal kicking duties. St Gregory's 18 points to 0 over Benilde. So the captain, Tim Haran, had a shot. Beautifully balanced kick, finds the 2 points. Another Australian schoolboy, 90-91.
So they do keep churning them out.
They certainly do. A nursery for rugby league. Western suburbs are all smiles about it. Bowler in the centre of the field now. Peter Mulholland says he's one of the real workers of this outfit. So too is his second row partner though, Francis by the same token. Lonergan was there, but they go themselves through Sanderson from dummy half. Good yards too, good yards. 15 short of halfway. Clearing kick now for Sanderson. Taking no risks in the world, St Greg's. And an awful mistake from Eddie Abanana. To his credit, he tried to take it on the full. But this ball, as we know, gets very slippery. And he couldn't handle. Here it is. Positioned himself well and just, well, very close that. Nearly inclined to say that he was facing his own in goal.
Yes, but he seemed to drag the ball forward. I think he was facing his in goal, but he dragged the ball forward and then it went forward. He had his hands a little bit too low. If he'd have had them higher, even when he started to lose it, he could have regained it.
So the scrum to go down. As you see the sun come out, St Gregory's looking all the sun in the world as Haran comes back inside. Making hay while the sun shines, but Benilde now back on the attack. Here it is. Sanderson, fleet-footed. Haran changed the point of the attack and then headed back to the centre of the field. And they just couldn't handle Chapman. Well, isn't that... What's that light coming up, Billy? Isn't it beautiful? The sun is out at Bruce Stadium. Bad kick and Benilde back under pressure.
Yeah, there's the kick. They were under pressure and had to try and get in very quickly. The noticeable thing, Mark, is this is apparently the wettest end of the field, down where Benilde are defending at the moment, and it makes it difficult for footwork and it makes it difficult for handling. And Benilde are finding it hard just to get out of this area. I think if they can get it up the other end, they're a tackle click. But while St Greg's have got them pinned down in this bog, it's very tough to work your way out of it.
Yep. They won a scrum down in their own territory. The scrums are 5-3 in favour of St Greg's. The penalties 2-0 in favour of St Greg's. Another change on the field. This is Andrew Long on for Benilde as Shimon is brought down in the tackle. The last tackle, in fact, as Agnew goes to dummy half, and he's got runners now. This is Owen Dredge. Owen Dredge puts the kick in behind them. He's chasing. It's a good chase too. Wins the race to the ball. This will be 6 more tackles. It is. Rigo in possession, taken by his opposite Chapman.
Once again, almost a result for Benilde from that little kick in the middle of the tackle count. Again, I thought they were going to get a result from it, and they've just got to keep persisting with it. I doubt now that they can get back into the game. I think that's just about gone. But the fact they've played so well, and they've defended tigerishly, and they've looked to do some things with the ball. But I think they deserve to get a try or two here.
They probably do indeed. And this is McCrory. He's had a strong game. In fact, he still marches forward with the football. The scoreline, 18 points to 0. St Gregory's over Benilde. Here's a kick and chase now from Benilde. Oh, taken beautifully by Marimba. St Gregory's, Campbelltown, 18 points to 0 on the big scoreboard here at Bruce Stadium. And as they march one step further and back into Sydney, you can be guaranteed they'll bring the big band, the works. So now St Gregory's back on the attack. Frustration playing a key role for Benilde at the moment as the clouds encircle us once more. This is Boller.
I've got to admit, Mark, on the car trip down here to the national capital here today, I was wondering really if we would get the game on. I thought I might get here and get the bad news, but the surface is terrific and a credit to the groundsman.
I thought, I wonder if I'd missed the message as I headed down the highway. So Benilde now through Long from dummy half. Working towards the 22. Wood goes in now. He'll run from dummy half. A strong runner too. Works 5 over the 22. Someone said it looks very much like our cameraman Bob. Bob.
He's probably a better cameraman than Bob.
Told you I'd get you, Bob. So the touch judge puts the flag in the air as Ricky Michael finds the line. Here it is for the Commonwealth Bank. The kick in, and they find the line. So a rare sight for Benilde. What it's like to be down St Gregory's end of the football field. To be fed by Pooley. Mr. Filmer. Not very happy. He's called both hookers out. Union meeting. Laying down the law. He looks like Don Lane there with the hand signals, doesn't he? Oh. What was that, Mr. O'Donnell? Something about the waistline. So Pooley with the feed. One against the head. Good strike then from the hooker, Agnew. They're spreading it wide through Rigo. Here he is, Wood. He likes running with the football. Sucks a defender in. Ricky Michael still going. Michael holds on to the football. 4 metres short of the 22. Wood from the blind side. Wood still going. Starting to get a little bit of confidence now, Benilde, in this second half, Billy.
Now they've got their noses close enough to do something.
Mr. Fulmer says that was not backwards. Michael still standing, coming back inside.
I'd like to see Rigo, the 5'8", he won our man of the match in that game against Scone, and he is a good mover with the ball. At the moment, he's happy to be a link. He's catching and passing. I'd like to see him take the defensive line on.
Shimon with another one of those heart attack passes. It comes up again. Rigo, where is he now? An inside this time for McCrory. Rigo now. Standing two side of the ruck. This is the man with the football. Billy wants him involved. Why not? Oh! Wood hit, driven backwards. Change over. It was a good pass 1 second earlier. It may well have been try time for Adam Wood.
That's always the problem with those long floated passes is while they can put some away down the edge of the field, they take time to get there. You know, obviously they've got to. If you're going to put it up in the air, it's going to take a long time to get there. And when you do that, it does give defence time to adjust and to cover up.
So St Greg's now taking their time, working out of their own territory. They'll probably go one more. Then you can bet your bottom dollar it'll be straight back down to Benilde. Here it is now. Haran with the kick in. Good kick. Bounces up this time for Long. He takes it. Oh, good tackle. Good tackle from young Boller. Crunching tackle. Here it is. Long takes it, comes forward, upended. Hit him just above the ribcage. Johnson gets his ball away for Pye. St Greg's now starting to look real hungry in defence. I wonder if they're showing all their cards, Billy.
Well, they're a very fit side. You know, Benilde have had a bit of possession on them in, say, the last 10 minutes, but they've just kept tackling away and tidied up a chance for a try against them. So, you know, they keep coming.
Here's a good chase. The kick was in for Brigo. Michael was chasing. Now can they get the... It's a penalty. Obstruction. Obstruction. No doubt in the world. Benilde take the quick tap. No use of goal at this stage. Now they're working inside through Michael. Still going Michael. Big, strong centre. He's only 4 short. Can Benilde put points in the board? Can they indeed? This will be 6 more tackles. Waves in the air.
And that tackle doesn't count.
So this is tackle 1 now. Carney makes the tackle.
Just to clarify that, Mark, that's the new rule where if the ball is kicked through or dropped in those circumstances, you make no yardage and just drop on the ball. Well, you don't have a tackle awarded against you.
Michael now back in possession. Shimone in support.
Michael is a good player. He's big and he's strong. He's got a bit of pace and can break tackles.
Sort of play you'd send away and do a little bit of sprint training in the off-season. Just that touch of pace.
He's got a lot of great football written on him.
So now Agnew. Good tackle this time. St Gregory's protecting their line. Oh, Shimone! Oh! He thought he was Wally Lewis.
Well, that is a bit of flair. I don't know that I've seen that one before.
Caution to the wind. Having a real good time, Shimone. Good haircut, too. Here it is, Shimone. He turns his back on the defence and then he goes crunch with the boot.
And I'll tell you what, he nearly got it too.
Oh. Could you see Big Blocker doing that?
He wouldn't have been fast enough to get there, Block.
So now, St Gregory's back on the attack. Benilde showing all the flair, but still going, this man, Francis. He got his ball away for his second row partner, Boller. Chisholm working wide now. This is Haran. Haran for Chapman. Stands up in the tackle. Still going. Now he's eventually brought to ground. Chapman. 15 minutes gone in the first half. Anthony Elias, the coach for Benilde. Former great player with Canterbury Bankstown. 18 points to Nelson. Gregory's doing it nicely over Benilde at the Bruce Stadium. St Greg's showing an awesome amount of power there, nearly pushing them off the football. But Woods takes it. Now Adam Wood for dummy half. Taken again this time by Francis. G's had a good game.
Both second rowers for St Greg's have worked tirelessly.
Zanzul taking it forward. 15 on for St Greg's. This is Ben Farley. This is Owen Dredge with the football now. Agnew. Woods. Rigo. The defence was up. Intercept. Intercept. They're chasing. Forget it. Forget it. You can sit back and watch this one. Haran. Try number 2 for the captain. Here it is. Well, the defence is up very quickly for St Greg's. You didn't have to ask the question about the 5 metres. Nonetheless, here it is. The captain, Haran, got first touch of the ball. He took it. The defence tried to get to him, but then it was all over. And he scored a nice try under the 6.
Once again here, the problem with lofted passes is they take time to get there, and that gives defence the opportunity to adjust. Now, Horan read that perfectly. He realised that he'd got himself between two attacking players. The pass had to go over the top of him. He put his hand up, knocked it in the air. It wasn't a deliberate knock forward. He was able to recover it and gets a try at the end of it.
Tim Horan, 2 tries, 1 from 1. He'll look for his second now. There it is, 2 points. As Tim Horan takes a well-earned drink, St Gregory's 24 points to 0 over Benilde. St Gregory's with the football from the kick-off, taken by McCrory. Replacement on for Benilde is Michael Madrick in number 20. Michael Madrick making an appearance at the Bruce Stadium. Rigo making the tackle here on St Greg's. Now they work back to the middle through Marimba. Taking it forward again. St Gregory's going through the motions. The kick from Horan, well weighted. Is it what? It'll find the line. Oh yes.
Well now.
Long just couldn't avoid the sideline. Here it is on the replay. And Long took the odds to it and then just couldn't help himself. Through the lime up. St Gregory's with the feed. Agnew now takes his place in the scrum. Another good strike from Agnew. Gee, he's got a good strike on him. The run around with Chapman. Here's a play, a set play for Sanderson. Good play. St Gregory's now really turning it on. Really turning it on in the second half, St Gregory's. This was a set play, and it worked so beautifully on the Commonwealth Bank Cup replay. Here it is. They spun it wide. And then he picked up Sanderson, and look at the gap. It just opened up like the Red Seas. Try time.
Another one of those plays that you get away with in the Winfield Cup, and at this level they're half shepherds, but they're not quite shepherds, but they do catch the defence at 6s and 7s. Now have a look at it there. It created enough space. The break was made by the fullback Sanderson. It was plain sailing from there on in, and he crosses.
Sanderson, fullback. Well, many people around Sydney are starting to tout that Fairfield-Greggs clash again. Who knows? A long way before that happens, but that'll be a nice duel. Sanderson on Hately.
Yeah, 2 very good fullbacks, different fullbacks too.
The kick from Horan. He's got another one. Well, there it is. 30 points to 0. St Gregory's over Benilde. So Ricky Michael gets us back underway. Marimba with the football. Replacement on for St Gregory's. Haven't picked him up. 15 now I have. Yes, I have. Ben Farley. About to get first touch of the pill. 5 over the 22. 16 now. This is Jackson taking it forward. Chisholm at dummy half. This is Carney. Carney taking it forward. They may look very pedestrian, St Greg's, but this is all just so well rehearsed.
Yeah, what the things they do very well. They're a well-disciplined, a well-organised side, and you know, the fancy things are easy to do in football. Everyone wants to run the ball, but the tough, hard yards and tough tackles made down the other end, they're the things that they do well that, you know, the average schoolboy is not all that fussed about doing.
A tap on the back for the halfback Pooley as he found the line. His teammates said, thanks very much. And a big push, St Gregory's. You can hear their forwards as they see the football trying to win one against the head. This is Andrew Bakara playing the football. Now Pye from dummy half, makes 10 yards. Taken by Farley. Now Woods, the captain. He's a game little fellow, the halfback Woods. Hasn't stopped trying, the captain for Benilde. Again, another tackle, this time from Ben Farley. Earning his keep since he's been on there. Ricky Michael with the kick. Oh! Not play on. Adam Wood was there. Just gotten forward. Offside position. Some of the crowd not happy with it. But he's made the right decision for sure. Here it is. The bounce was there. Ricky Michael nearly gets it. Touched by Michael. And line ball. It was just forward. Dallas Gonzo now on the field for St Gregory's College, Campbelltown. He's gone into halfback. Yeah, 7 minutes left on the clock. The quarterfinals, St Gregory's College of Campbelltown are going to go one step further. Haran dancing away back into the middle of the field, bumps off another runner and still going. 5 short of the halfway. They've got runners both sides of the ruck. This is Ben Farley now. Farley taking it forward. Bola taking it forward back into the middle of the ruck. They're working for their field position. They've stacked the blind side. What's on here? Oh, good ball. Good ball from Sykes, and Bola now to play it. Haran takes to the air, puts it into the in-goal area. The bounce will go dead, so we'll come back for the 22 restart. St Gregory's College of Campbelltown, 30 points to 0. Wood at dummy half. Can't get away from the attack. Carney makes the tackle. Forcing mistakes they are, St Greg's, with some really punishing defence. Zanzul taking it forward now. Taken by Dallas Gonzo. Long gets the kick in over the top, taken by Chapman, no pressure at all. Now he heads back across field, straight into the attack. St Gregory's wholesale changes at the moment, giving everyone a taste of football in this quarter-final. 18 on is Sattler, Joshua Sattler. What a famous name in rugby league. They work wide now. Good ball from Chapman. He got a great ball away. Sanderson's got support. Sears will score. What a great rugby league try. And this is try number 2 for Matthew Sears. It started there through Chisholm, and then Gonzo. Haran handled there. And look at this ball from Chapman, weighted beautifully. Hit Sanderson. Sanderson came away from them, stepped back inside off his left. Then he looked to his left again and found Sears, and Sears finds the line.
It was a good pass. Have a look at it here. It's just into a space. But the thing I liked was the way Sanderson, when he caught it, was on the fly. He wasn't standing still. He was at pace. That's what made him so hard to tackle. And then he positioned Sears beautifully. Just drew the fullback, put him away down on the down near the corner post.
Took it like the Big Dipper. So Haran, another kick. He's taken over. This one's coming around. Just waved away across the face of the uprights. So St Gregory's running away with this one, 34 points to 0. Ricky Michael had a strong game for Benilde. As always, Benilde very strong in Commonwealth Bank Cup, and they've made their presence felt this year, no doubt in the world.
They probably didn't do a lot in the early years of the competition, and then say over the last 3, 4, maybe even 5 years, they've put it all together. They've had tough competition in their own district with Canterbury Boys High School that have got a long tradition in this competition and in other rugby league competitions, and they've come out on top the last couple of seasons, and then they've got through to this stage this year. They continue to produce good footballers. They're very well drilled, and they, you know, they're good ambassadors as well as that. They play the game in the right spirit.
They sure are. Last tackle now for St Greg's. I think they've got a full supplement of replacements on there now. Ball taken by Johnson. In fact, one of those players who's gone for an early shower, and why not? Michael Francis, what a game he had for St Gregory's Campbelltown. 2.5 minutes left on the clock. Madwick, right on halfway. Time ticking away. 6 more tackles rule. Not backwards. Play on for Benilde through Woods. Bakara makes 2 or 3 from dummy half. Agnew moves in there now. Woods, this is Danny Zanzul. Met by the defence. Brought to ground by Joshua Sattler. Working blindside, and Salzman's had a strong game. Making the knock on there though. Here it is. Probably his first mistake of the game for young Salzman. Played very strongly. Gonzo comes away the open, straightens it now. Chisholm at dummy half. Inside the last 1 minute and 30 seconds of this game. Standing Haran. A good ball this time for Sanderson. Sanderson straightening the attack. They want another try before full time. Sanderson looked a little bit bothered after that tackle as they continue through Haran, and now Sears gets the kick in. This will be a race for the football. They should get there. In fact, they do. Through Johnson, he kicks it dead, so this will be a line drop out. Here it is. Haran held it up beautifully for Sears, and then look at that, showing all the skills, waiting that kick back inside for his runners. But Johnson, well, he kicked it dead. Won the race to the football. Now Ricky Michael with the restart, the dropout. 2 balls on the football field at the moment. Now we're right. The restart. We've got 30 seconds left to go in this first quarter-final of the Commonwealth Bank Cup of 1991. What an honour just to make it this far, and Benilde can take a big round of applause for that one. Marimba at dummy half. He'll take the tackle, upended by the defence. Inside the last 10 seconds, Haran puts the kick in, almost as if they know it's nearly time up. Bakara takes it as the siren signals the end of Benilde in 1991. And St Gregory's College of Campbelltown go one step further. There's Peter Mulholland. And St Gregory's 34 points to 0. Our man of the match, there he is, replaced, had the early shower. Michael Francis got the 3 points, 2 points to Nathan Buller, and 1 point to Tim Haran, the captain. He'll get a $50 account, Michael Francis, from the Commonwealth Bank. So, next week on the Commonwealth Bank Cup, St Patrick's College of Sutherland versus Farrer Agricultural High. What a game that'll be. That's Saturday the 20th of July on Channel 10 right around Australia. On behalf of Bill Anderson, I'm Mark Warren. Until we do it all again for the Commonwealth Bank, bye for now.